Sometimes it's enough to just set a clear intention in order to have a successful phase session. Not just the intention to phase, but one to carry out a preconceived action plan once you're out. Or in, depends on how you look at it. Could be both actually. Anyway, I'd heard a story online from another phaser who'd requested from the universal consciousness or from his higher self, whatever, requested while he was in or out to have an experience of his multi-dimensional self. And he experienced something mind-blowingly profound. Apparently got shot out into the multiverse or something and stretched and split into hundreds of versions of himself. So, wow, gotta try that for myself. So I set that intention for this session and look forward to experiencing something equally profound. I'd been up since 5 a.m. Got dressed, drank a coffee, had a smoke, then went and did a meditation on my meditation couch without managing to phase. So I went back to bed to see if I could get an experience via dreaming. And this time it worked a treat. I fell asleep quickly, and as far as I can tell, I went straight into a dream. Found myself in a dimly lit room watching TV. Some skiers racing down a hill. Commentator's voice narrating the event. Aha! I don't have a TV, so this is not my room. Instant lucidity. And I know I phased. There was someone else in the room, but I wasn't interested in finding out who. Random dream figure probably. Unimportant. I was totally focused on the TV program. Something strange about the scenery. Ah, that's it. No snow. The skiers are skiing down a muddy mountainside. I watched the action a while, then suddenly I'm there with them. Not skiing, but flying, racing after them down the muddy slopes, dodging trees and branches. Then, just as suddenly, the skiers are gone, disappeared. Funny, because I can still hear the commentator talking. Okay, what can I do with this, I'm thinking. Well, I could give myself a fun ski experience, but not on mud. I need to conjure up some snow onto this mountain. So I begin to visualize this, and the landscape is instantly covered in snow. And I'm just about to manifest some skis, but the mountain suddenly ends. Or disappears too. I didn't check behind me. And now I'm on a beach. And not a pretty beach at that. The tide was out, way out. So far I couldn't see it. The sand was also pretty muddy looking and dotted everywhere with dark pools of seawater. Dark because they reflected a dark cloudy sky. It was a somber, dreary scene. I couldn't tell if it was night or day. And it was deserted. For a moment anyway. Because then I heard voices and saw a family coming down an embankment to my left, carrying all the usual beach stuff. Kids were running and laughing. You'd think it was a sunny day. I watched them pass and then set off walking. Not much farther, I saw other people. Well, I say people. They started off as people, so let's just say figures. A group of them, standing in the water pools, scantily clad in white drapes, and moving slowly, changing their poses as if it was some kind of artistic dance performance. It was certainly a dramatic scene against that dark background, and I was impressed. But then it got weird, because their heads disappeared, and they suddenly looked more like statues than people. They still danced, though. So I don't know what they were really. I thought, can it get any weirder? And then all their drapes turned from white to black. making the scene even more stunning to watch. I have to say I was enjoying the show, but I couldn't linger. I get at most a half hour in these phase experiences, so I'm always aware of the clock ticking. Figuratively speaking, that is. Farther up the beach, there was definitely something more lively going on, so I went to explore. And I came upon a festival or carnival. Tons of people milling around, sense of gaiety in the air, stalls and tents set up with interesting shows going on inside them. I wandered through the crowd a while when a sudden, unexplainable impulse drew me away and made me look up at the sky. It was still covered in dark cloud, but as I watched, the clouds parted, slowly, leaving a gap through which I could see the night sky beyond. And then finally, the whole Milky Way galaxy glimmering in full magnificence. It gave me a deep sense of the infinite expanse of it all. Ha! I'm thinking, this is the universe reminding me of my intention for this session, to ask to have an experience of my multidimensional self. Thank you, universe. And I was just about to ask when I was knocked off my feet, literally speaking. Some girl had come from nowhere and had me pinned down on the sand, somewhat erotically too. She had a seductive smile and a glimmer in her eyes. I was completely distracted from the task at hand. And that, I think, was the point, as I'll explain in a moment. So I'm enjoying this intimate interlude with this very attractive girl who's nuzzling at my ear, and I'm wondering what she has in store for me. And then she tells me, "You are invited," she says, "to come and give a talk to an audience that's waiting for you in that tent over there." Me? A talk? What about? About reality, consciousness, illusions, that sort of thing. You know about these things. Well, I was flattered. Not often you get an opportunity like this. Could be really interesting to see who's waiting. And I'm really tempted to accept. But as I said, this was a deliberate distraction. This is how the universe plays with you. Lets you in, then sends you constant distraction to test how aware you really are. And pretty girls are great distractions. Well, universe, I got you this time. Ha! So I told the girl I had some other important things to do, and declined her invitation. That didn't please her. She jumped right off me in a huff and stormed away. Well, I think, that probably just ruined any chance I might have had of getting laid. So I get up, dust myself off, and set about my intention. Universe, I say, let me experience my multidimensional self. And I wait for a buzz, a feeling of transition, a jerk into an unknown. But nothing. I'll try again. Still nothing. Probably going to have to do this myself. I have a good technique for teleportation between phase states, and that's to throw yourself at the ground with your eyes shut. Well, it's more falling than throwing, but you never actually hit the ground. You just keep falling until you arrive at another place. So I try this, keeping my intention clear in my mind as I fall forward. And I fall, and I fall, and I land. Open my eyes, and I'm in a busy shopping street somewhere. Definitely not where I want to be. So I try again. Falling, falling. This time I open my eyes in a room. It has a mirror on the wall and a radio on the mantelpiece that's playing some undiscernible music. And because I don't have a mirror on the wall or a radio or even a mantelpiece, I know I'm still in phase. That's good, but I feel I don't have much time left, so I make my request again, but still nothing. I notice the music which keeps fading in and out, and I wonder why that is. And then I sense myself being pulled out of phase towards waking. No, 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 not yet. I force my focus on the mirror to keep the scene from dissolving and manage to restabilize my state. But I know I'm close to waking. I turn my attention to the mirror, study my reflection. It's clearly my reflection. Then as I watch, the reflection zooms away from me, and now I'm looking at my reflection in another mirror that's hanging on the wall across the room that's reflected in the mirror before me. This is easier to draw than to explain, but you can see what I mean. I lift my left hand and wave it about. The reflection does the same, but its own left hand. Well, that's wrong, right? Then I watch as other multiple reflections of me peek out behind this one. All front reflections and all moving independently of each other. It's rather amusing to wave at them and have them all wave back at different times, but it's a game you can't play for too long. It seems to me though that this could be an answer to my request. In a way, a representation of my multidimensional self. It's not the experience I desired or expected, but maybe I wasn't specific enough with my request. Gotta be specific, Bob. So okay, I say, let's be specific. Universe, give me a different experience of my multi-dimensional self. And nothing. Okay, give me something, anything, a bit more profound than this. And I wait, and I wait, and I wake in my bed. And that was it, as if to say, is this profound enough for you? Session over. I'm not disappointed though. The whole experience was novel and entertaining from start to finish, and I did sort of fulfill my intention. No point though in trying to get back in right away, so I decide it's time to get up, drink a coffee, smoke a cigarette, and get this written up in my journal. I checked the time. In total I've been out about 1 hour. Or was it in? Or both? Whatever.